After we escaped the forest, Bello stopped acting normal. At first, people thought he was simply traumatized. But by the second day, everybody knew something was wrong. Very wrong. He refused to sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he started screaming. Sometimes, he stared into empty corners of rooms like somebody was standing there talking to him. Then he began repeating the same sentence over and over again. She said men should suffer the way she suffered. At first, people ignored him, but Bello kept saying it non-stop. Morning, afternoon, night. She said men should suffer the way she suffered. Then strange things started happening around him. One afternoon, Bello suddenly screamed and pointed at a bucket of water outside his house. "There she is," he shouted. People rushed outside, but there was nothing there, only water. Bello started crying immediately. "She follows me through water," he whispered. That night, nobody stayed near him, not even his family. By the third night, the entire village feared him. Around midnight, Bello began screaming inside his room. Not normal screaming, the kind of scream people make when they know they are about to die. Villagers rushed toward the house carrying lanterns. I was among them. Till today, I regret entering that room. Bello sat pressed against the wall, shaking violently. Blood ran from his nose. His eyes looked swollen from fear. Then he pointed toward the corner of the room. "There she is," he whispered. Everybody looked. Nothing was there. But suddenly, the room became freezing cold. One of the lanterns went out immediately. Then Bello started choking. Nobody touched him because everybody was terrified. He kept staring into that dark corner with wide eyes. Then, suddenly, he stopped moving. Just like that, dead. The women in the village started wailing immediately, but the old women were not surprised. One old woman walked up to me after the burial. Everybody respected her because she was one of the oldest people in the village. She looked directly into my eyes. Then she spoke quietly. "She spared you because you did not touch the shrine." The moment she said those words, my stomach dropped because she was right. I remembered the way that thing looked at me in the forest. There was anger in her face, but not toward me. It felt more like a warning, like she was giving me one chance to leave before she changed her mind. 1 week later, I left the village forever. I never returned. But strange things still happen to me, especially during heavy rain. Sometimes late at night, I hear soft singing outside my window, the same sad song from the forest. Whenever that happens, women around my area usually say they slept peacefully. But men wake up terrified. Some say they dreamed about a tall woman standing beside water. Others say they heard crying outside their doors. And one man in my compound swore he woke up at midnight and saw wet footprints leading from his bathroom to his bed. He moved away 2 days later. Sometimes I tell myself it is all trauma. Maybe fear damaged my mind that night. Maybe the deaths were coincidence. Maybe the old stories entered my head too deeply. But then I remember something I never told anyone. The morning after Bello died, I checked my clothes from that night in the forest. Inside my pocket, I found a small white bead covered in dried mud, one of the exact same beads from the box Dogo threw into the dirt. I know for a fact I never touched that box. And sometimes, when rain falls heavily at night, I still wake up smelling river water inside my room.